As I previously mentioned, these graduating classes started getting a little flustered later on, and this class might get it the worst. Looking at the title, you might think, damn, did I skip 2009 and the 2010 classes? Nope. The first 5 seasons of Degrassi were one full school year, and if you ask me personally, I think it works the best that way. But then they eventually decided to start doing one semester or half school year per season. If you can't already tell, this created a lot of continuity errors. For one, the characters in the earlier seasons of Degrassi actually look like kids, and then when you go later on into the show, these motherfuckers look like grown-ass adults. The other problem is that they had to change this class from graduating in 2009 to 2011. Hopefully that helps some of the confusion. Blue is known for going out with Holly J, and that's pretty much it. At first, Holly J finds out she's the only virgin amongst her friends group, and she wants some vitamin D. When they start getting intimate, Holly J starts unbuckling his pants without asking, and Blue gets uncomfortable. They talk about it after, and then start dating. When Blue wants to go to a concert and Holly J is broke, he thinks she doesn't want to go with him. Some miscommunication there. Shortly after, Holly J tries to out Mia.
You're a slut. You're a slut. You're a slut. You're a slut. Everybody should know that.
Then Blue's confused because he was unaware that Holly J was kind of a bully.
Get the fuck out of here.
Anyway, they break up but then get right back together. Holly J and him were destined to fail though because Blue is mostly an egotistical weirdo and Holly J is a little controlling. Blue constantly calls her Holly and she doesn't like that.
That's not my name.
Then Blue's story basically ends here. He has a few more scenes but nothing important. In my 2008 video, I said Leia is portrayed as a dumbass. And she is, but also the characters around her treat her like she doesn't know anything. There's a point where she likes Danny, but Danny says Derek likes her. So Leia comes up with the idea to date Derek as long as Danny is present.
How about no?
Eventually, Derek understands that she likes Danny and is cool with them dating. One day, she's chilling with Danny and his friends, and she lies and says that she knows Fall Out Boy and she can get them tickets because she wants to fit in.
I need friends.
I feel bad for her, but literally no one was asking her to lie. So actually, never mind. Danny was cool with dating her at first, but they have nothing in common. Leia asks Chantay for advice, and Chantay hits the reverse card on her.
Come by the dot tonight. We're studying for the Latin AP.
Alone? On a Friday night?
You got me.
Danny is completely over Leia, so they are done. Also, she does this LARPing thing with Anya in season 10. Wait, Leia is in season 10? I guess she kind of was a main character. Anyways, when Anya receives some bad news, Leia is concerned. So concerned that when she left the room, she never appeared in the show again.
Your services here are no longer required.
Other than Paige's brother Dylan, who I don't consider a main character, Zane is the first openly gay character from the start of the show. When him and Riley start hanging out a bit, he quickly realizes that Riley is gay. The security guard almost sees them, Riley is caught off guard, and gets mad and runs away.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
After a few times of Riley ducking Zane, Riley finally gives into his emotions. Zane wants to join the football team as a kicker. Maybe he could replace Cody Parkey. Sorry, Bears fan. When Zane is in the football locker room, though.
The shirt, it's making me totally gay.
Someone's becoming fabulous. What, it was a joke.
And why isn't it funny?
Zane is pissed, but not because the guys were being dicks. Well, yeah, I guess that's why he was mad. But he's also mad because Riley didn't stand up for him or say anything and was just standing there laughing. But this time he realizes he was being kind of mean and responds by telling the football team to all wear pink to spread awareness. Breast cancer awareness? Owen is like, fuck that, I'm not wearing pink. And then Owen writes a gay slur on Riley's locker. Zane tries to cool Riley down, but of course Riley's like,
Rage, rage, fucking rage!
When you beat up a homophobe, it only makes them more homophobic.
Riley finally understands and they are now openly dating. Zane catches Dave saying some dumb shit on a Degrassi podcast.
No point in having a radio show if you can't get people to listen.
Zane sees a text on Riley's phone. So we are forced to watch a two-parter on guessing if Riley is cheating on Zane or not. Zane is not comfortable with Riley's parents, so Riley breaks up with him because he feels he's being unfair to Zane.
I know you're not happy the way things are.
So why don't we change the way things are? Why don't we stop playing pretend and come out to your parents together?
You know why.
This is how it ends.
Shasta.
Zane graduates, but him and Riley end things off on good terms. Did you know that Chantay's first season in the show was in season 4? She went to Degrassi when Craig was still a junior. And somehow she graduated in season 11. You guys see how these semester seasons cause some problems? For a long time, Chantay was that girl in school who just reacted to situations and made faces after everything shocked her. She was also fake as fuck.
I think I see an extra ounce over here on your right cheek. Call Weight Watchers and 911.
You think it's fun to laugh at the tub of lard? It's not. I know what's wrong, so you can stop pointing it out.
We're so not fat, Emma. We were just joking. Are you okay?
Were you really joking though? Her first 4 seasons in the show were mostly forgettable, but around season 8 she became more of a main. She's still just kinda around, but we see her in much more scenes than we did before.
Hey, Holly J. I just joined your fan club.
Oh, also David's her cousin and wants to be famous, so he asks her how to get more known. Buddy, I think you should ask someone with some more screen time for advice. Chantay also dates Danny. Danny goes on a date with her. Chantay makes a blog and kinda outs him as a cheapo.
You blogged that I was cheap to the whole world.
But then gaslights him and says she was just opening a discussion.
I posted an ethical question, so readers would comment, "Gossip needs controversy, dummy."
You know what? You're full of shit.
After Danny graduates, him and Chantay break up off screen. Chantay and others are mad because there are no more clubs at Degrassi anymore after some crazy shit that happened at Vegas night. She tries to go to Mr. Simpson about it and he doesn't want to hear it, so she responds by putting a bunch of post-it notes on his car. Okay, honestly, that was pretty dope. Chantay finally graduates when she's 26 years old. Riley is not so nice. He's not so nice at all. What I'm saying is, he's actually a bully. He bullied Jane by throwing pads at her because he's just being one of the guys, but then gets a couple points back for standing up for her in the locker room. But wait, when she was on the ground getting kicked, he was just kind of just standing around. He wasn't really doing anything, so fuck Riley. Riley and Peter get close and start hanging out, but Riley gets caught up in the moment and kisses Peter. Peter is a little weirded out, but then he realizes he doesn't care if Riley's gay.
If you're gay, it's cool with me.
I'm straight.
Maybe you should talk to someone. My mom was saying, I told you! Nothing happened! Got it?
What'd I do?
It's around this time that we also find out that Riley takes steroids.
Check out my pecs, little man.
Riley and Anya are pretty good friends. At first he wants to like her, but he can't because he's not really attracted to her, so they just chill as friends. But Sav is getting kind of jealous.
Still got something to say?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Fiona knows Riley is gay and kind of uses him as a cover-up. Until Riley dates Zane, his story is basically, oh no, those guys over there think I'm gay. I gotta go find a single girl and date her. Seriously, it happens like 3 times.
Girls can't get enough of me. And of course, I love to date them. I'm attracted to girls. Yeah, and hot girls, especially attracted to them. So I can be straight. I am straight.
Riley dates Zane, but I already discussed that. Riley wants to be the starting quarterback and has a rivalry with the new kid Drew because no one wants to be the backup.
I bet if they just had the chance, some of those backups would really shine.
Drew says he'll blackmail Riley and tell everyone that he's gay if he doesn't step down. So he does, and also, even though I actually do really like Drew, he's kind of an asshole. Riley's parents are homophobic because we need some more conflict. Zane and Riley are mostly on and off, but to be honest, they're mostly a nice couple. Zane does a good job of balancing out Riley's anger. However, Riley and Zane break up due to Riley's parents.
I can't keep putting you through stuff like that.
Like it or not, Mom, I'm gay.
And Riley and Zane plan on meeting up during college. Every time I see Emma and Manny in the show intro after they graduated, a little part of me dies. Anya is nice and caring unlike a lot of the characters in the show, so of course she's a doormat for most of her time in the show. It's really frustrating watching her character at times because you really just want to shake her and say, stand up for yourself.
He pulled into the blowing ball.
Come on, Anya, clap it out. You've only read the chapter 10 times.
Hey, just let her finish, okay?
With her dyslexia, we'll be here until Labor Day.
Anya finally stands up for herself and cuts off Holly J. Anya and Sav also start dating at the end of season 7. Sav has a traditional ass family, and he's a little scared to introduce Anya to them, and it's pissing Anya off a little bit. I'd say for the most part she takes it pretty personal and dumps him. However, on a camping trip, she almost gets back together with him, but then Sav gets mad at Allie, and this rubs Anya off the wrong way because she was about to do the same thing with him, so she thinks he's a little hypocritical. Sav and Anya constantly deal with family issues, and it mostly affects their relationship. But also, Sav is kind of selfish. One day at dinner, Sav tells his parents that he and Anya are dating. They say, "That's cool, but you're never gonna marry her." Sav and Anya agree to keep making it last, but more and more every day, Anya starts to realize that them breaking up is inevitable. Every time Sav messes up, he follows it up by singing the Anya song.
My only Anya.
Anya does LARPing, which is live-action role-playing, and kind of has a fake marriage to fulfill her happiness. Her relationship is clearly going well. Oh, by the way, Holly J and Anya are cool again, and Holly J is no longer controlling. Anya wants to go to spring formal with her mans, but then his future wife shows up. Who? At first, Farrah seems cool and understanding, but then her and Anya go into the bathroom.
Shit went bad real quick.
Anya is rattled and probably isn't in her right state of mind, so she has sex with Sav without a condom. She also dodges Sav's "are you on the pill" question by kissing him. Sav breaks up with her when he finds out she lied about using birth control. Maybe if Anya makes a Sav song, he'll forgive her. Season 10 starts with Holly J and Sav running for school president.
So how can I help take Sav down? Still haven't forgiven him for dumping you on prom night, minutes after we exchanged virginities. Imagine if I had gotten pregnant, I would have spent senior year out here.
I think she's got it. I think she's got it.
I know, Sav. Anya told me.
Told you.
Anya told me she's pregnant.
I never touched her.
Anya agrees because, honestly, I don't know why.
Eventually, she tells Sav there is no baby, but because they already made it public, they have to tell everyone that she had a miscarriage.
The truth is that I had a miscarriage.
Anya is optimistic about her relationship this time.
Bitch, you better be joking.
They're making out in Sav's house and his mom sees them. Sav tries to pull the, "oh my god, Anya, what are you doing here?" Honestly, I don't know why Anya thought that this relationship would be any different than it was a couple of weeks ago. Riley is cool with Anya. Anya crushes on this doctor.
Let's skip.
Wesley and Anya go on this awkward ass date. Then Anya and Owen start dating, and honestly, I'm confused. I know Degrassi is supposed to mirror real life, and I'm sure many people are attracted to dickheads, but I feel like Anya dating Owen is a character regression.
Are you kidding me?
What's wrong with you? All these girls wish I'd flirt with them.
This boy thinks you want him to harass, grope, and flirt with you. Can I see a show of hands? That's a no. So you don't get to cop a feel and then tell us that we're too sensitive.
Word.
Okay, red flags flying.
Anya also starts doing drugs, but we've seen this before. Anya decides she wants to join the army, and she graduates. Declan's not like most guys at Degrassi, because he has a twin sister. But I'm gonna ignore the twincest plotline for now, because that's more of a Fiona story. Instead, I'll talk about his plot to ruin Jane's relationship.
Jane and the doc guy. Who knew?
Since I already covered in the other video, I'll say it briefly. Declan starts flirting with Jane, who is in a relationship with Spinner. Declan doesn't give a fuck. They constantly fuck around until Jane does a 180 and cuts him off. Right after, he starts trying to get with Holly J.
When we lived in Thailand, I did meet the Dalai Lama.
The Dalai Lama.
Yeah, I was about 8.
Declan,
Trish.
we're still on for tonight?
Let me guess. I met the Dalai Lama when I was 8 years old.
Can you fuck off?
So could you please give me another chance?
Declan takes her on a date and wins her heart.
It's a Kodak moment.
Claire has a wet dream about Declan, but this is more of a Claire story. I'm sorry. Declan finds out he has to move back to Manhattan, and he's pissed because him and Holly J just started dating. Degrassi takes Manhattan is
Fucking insane!
But I already said no twincest plot, so I'll skip for now. Declan's in Manhattan, and Holly J is back at Degrassi. They constantly Skype each other because FaceTime was still new. Holly J thinks Declan's cheating.
But you trust Declan, right?
Of course, and he's never cheated.
You guys have literally only been dating for like 6 months. Declan comes home and tries helping out Holly J with her financial problems, but she doesn't see it that way. She gets a little prideful, they kind of argue, and it's over. A little bit of time passes. Declan returns to Degrassi hoping to get back with Holly J, but he finds out Holly J is somewhat dating Sav.
It's about me and Sav.
That is funny. Holly J rejects Declan, but he keeps trying to get her back.
The collaborator, muse,
and dear friend, nobody could have made this production or my life greater.
You sly dog!
Fiona gets drunk and Holly J helps Declan take her home. If we're being honest, Declan could have taken her alone. When she's back at their house, he starts kissing her neck and... ugh. This is weird. Holly J avoids Declan the next day at Degrassi.
Well, can you get her to call me if you see her? For sure.
No, you won't. When Fiona runs into Holly J, she asks her what happened last night. Holly J tells Fiona that Declan forced her to have sex.
Oh my god. She thinks I raped her?
But Holly J doesn't actually feel that way. She is mad though because she said no, bro. But you still tried. And this was the last time he was seen in this show.
Bye, Declan.
Weezy out of here. Weezy out of here.
Only Anya.
His first storyline in the show is him getting kissing lessons from Mia, and he actually thinks that they're kissing lessons.
I just thought that you were trying to help me.
Stop being a damn fool! Sav was secretly practicing for Anya.
Anya.
Oh, shut up. Sav and Anya are on and off, and I just wanted to go on a quick little rant. It's the same thing over and over again. She wants to be in a relationship with Sav and have it be aware to his parents, and he constantly can't do this because his family has arranged for him to be married to another woman. Oh, by the way, Sav's dad fucking hates his son. Sav wants to be a rock star.
No.
Sav wants to date Anya.
No.
Sav wants to do anything. No! I don't want to talk about Sav and Anya again, but it's kind of impossible not to. Sav and Anya are broken up after she decides to lie to him about being on the pill. It was an honest mistake. Then Anya lies to him again, saying that she's pregnant. After that, though, they momentarily get back together, and she gets mad at Sav for still not telling his parents that they're together.
But don't worry, Mrs. Bhandari. It will never happen again.
Sav wins 4 tickets to see this band, and his dad's like,
I don't think so.
Sav then decides to sell the tickets in a hands-on-a-van raffle.
If it comes back with so much as a scratch,
I will not let you down.
Guys, little help here.
Sav ends up going to the concert anyway and has a great time with Adam, Eli, and Bianca.
Well, if my dad won't give me the truck, I'll just have to take it.
He also gets grounded. A little later, Sav and Holly J start hooking up and spending some time together during student council meetings. They come up with this idea to have a Vegas theme. What could go wrong?
He has a knife.
Oh, during the school dance, the 2 school leaders are caught making out by the police. So that whole Degrassi lockdown thing is partially their fault. Jenna likes Sav and acts pretty weird with him. Holly J and Sav are fizzled out at this point. She pulls Sav's kryptonite card and tells his mom that they're dating. Sav's mom is actually happy about it. Damn, I guess they really hated Anya. Holly J and Sav break up. Were they ever truly dating? Sav runs into this girl who's going to this Keke Palmer concert.
I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is.
Spoiler alert, it's Keke Palmer. I guess Sav has never seen a Medea's Family Reunion, True Jackson, VP, Jump In, or Akila and the Bee before.
Akila.
They also have a short fling. Sav starts crushing on Miss... Oh. They have a few uncomfortable flirting sessions. Kiss and almost get caught. So no more of that. Sav graduates... Awkward! And appears twice in next class. Out of all the characters in Degrassi, Holly J is probably the most complex. She's also one of my favorite characters in Degrassi. Holly J was transferred like the other losers from Lakehurst and came in as a big old meanie. Holly J is the sister of Heather Sinclair, aka She Who Shall Not Be Shown.
You can't see me.
So she comes in with a reputation already.
Holly J. Sinclair? As in Heather Sinclair?
She's my sister.
I've shown a lot of clips of Holly J being an asshole already, so I'm gonna skip over that period. The first time we see a more human side of Holly J is when her family goes broke. Also, it's at this time that she gets kicked out of the Power Squad for spreading rumors about Mia. She kind of needed this to humble her a bit. Holly J is also forced to get a job, and she works at the Dot. No one works at like Applebee's or like the movie theater. While working at the Dot, her and Spinner connect, and to be honest, they may have been a nice couple, but Spinner was dating Jane, and Holly J was pretty young, so maybe not. Allie pisses off Holly J.
Someone should shut her niner mouth.
Holly J, of course, can't let that shit slide, so she embarrasses Allie in front of Johnny. Holly J was acting pretty mean, but Allie was tweaking.
I hate Holly J. I hate Holly J. Like I care what you losers
I don't like any of you.
And so many people bully Holly J that she's scared to go to school. When Holly J is at work, one former Lakehurst student tries to shoot up the dot. Holly J goes out with Blue, and the only memorable moment is
It's Holly freaking J.
not too much later, she dates Declan, and their relationship is pretty good. Declan can't say he loves Holly J.
I love cake.
And she's upset. But it's okay, because Fiona tells Holly J how much Declan loves her.
That makes sense to me.
Holly J and Declan help Jane through a midlife crisis. Declan is now away, and Holly J is dealing with boring high school stuff. Ugh. She's running for president against Sav. She tells Anya to lie and say that she's pregnant to distract Sav for the race. No one said they couldn't fight dirty. Holly J robs from her friend. Well, I mean, Fiona is rich, but still. When Declan comes back, Holly J feels like Declan's trying to buy her love, which makes her feel uncomfortable, so they break up. Sav and Holly J get together for a little while, but it's never really that serious. But Vegas night was serious.
Excuse me, sir. I found this one stripping in an empty classroom.
Degrassi changes the whole dress code and everything.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Declan's back to get Holly J back, but things don't go as planned. Sorry, bud. Jenna tries macking with Sav.
I'm falling for someone.
Who is this Prince Charming?
Sav Bhandari.
What'd you fucking say?
Holly J tells Sav her and Declan hooked up, but he's like, who cares, we're gonna break up soon anyway. Holly J gets sick and needs a new kidney, and also finds out she was adopted at a young age, so her parents can't help her. She meets with her birth mother and asks for a kidney, and the birth mom is like, sure, I'll do it. For $20,000. Holly J graduates and leaves some handprints. Out of all of the classes, other than 2006, I gotta say that this might be the most well-rounded class. Even the lesser-known characters had storylines that made sense and didn't really overstay their welcome. I didn't grow up with these characters as my favorites. In fact, I'm pretty sure I hated most of this group when I originally saw the show. But looking back, most of these were pretty solid characters, and most of them were pretty realistic, which is what I want from Degrassi. So yeah, great class. Guys, I've been loving the feedback. Thank you so much for you guys who've been watching my videos and who've been enjoying it. Of course, you know you can subscribe anytime, like this video, and always leave a comment because I love seeing the comments.
Booyah!
Dude, booyah?